Welcome to Thursdays with Tony. Thanks for joining me for this another video. You know, throughout history, stories are told and repeated and written down, and sometimes along the way, they change a bit, sometimes for the better. Tonight's story is one of those. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you like, and share it with your friends. Enjoy now the story of local history and local color.
There's a trillium flower engraved in the stone. Where the trilliums come forth. Her spirit remains in the forest because people that live near and visit here will tell you
Hello.
that they've seen the spirit.
Oh, hi, Susie. How are you? Yeah. That's my favorite daughter. Oh, I know. You're my only one. So, what you got on your mind? You've seen an Indian? Where? Oh, about sundown. You were walking, Buster? Oh, Anita was with you. Okay, good. Your neighbor. That was good. I don't know anything about any Indians now. But, you know, you live on that old plantation where the old plantation was the Moore plantation there, the James Moore plantation. Yeah. Okay. Hey, listen, I think I'll ride out and say hi. Hey, maybe I'll see him too, huh? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you. I know you're sorry. Okay? All right. Bye-bye, sweetie. Love you now. This is Heitzler's book, Goose Creek Bridge, Gateway to Sacred Places. There's a lot about James Moore in here. He had a big plantation named Buchawi. It says he was once governor of the colony. This is interesting. He had an Indian slave boy that he raised. That Indian slave once saved his life, after which he gave him his freedom. As an adult, Moore actually allowed the Indian, who was known as Wateree Jack, to do business deals on his behalf. Let me see what else I can find out on the internet about Moore and Buchawi. Looks like Moore, sure enough, was an important man in Goose Creek, South Carolina, while it was a British colony. Quite an Indian fighter, too. Here's a picture of him leading a number of men into Florida against some Indians. And there's an Indian in the front of his group of mounted men. I guess this was the Indian Susie was talking about. Yep. Says Buchawi was one of the most wealthy plantations in the Low Country. I'm going to go and check out Buchawi Plantation site. Look, here it is with a map and directions. Once, this was all plantation land here, rice plantations, as far as the eye could see. Rich Americans in this British colony used African slaves and Indian slaves to cultivate the land and grow the rice crop. And at that point in time, South Carolina was the richest colony in the United States, primarily because of the rice plantations here on the coast. So that's where we're on the way now, to the location of Buchawi Plantation. Here we are at Lake Greenview Park in Goose Creek. Looks like it's quiet today. This was part of a 2,400-acre Buchawi plantation. In 1685, James Moore was the master of these 2,400 acres. Rice was the primary crop, and it required great numbers of slaves, both Africans and Native Americans. James Moore Jr. was the master of Buchawi in 1715. On that beautiful May morning, the plantation yards would have been a hubbub of activity. Over 100 members of the militia had gathered at the home of the commander. They were armed and mounted. They would have begun their trek northwest, maybe this way. Wateree Jack, the Indian, was a scout for Captain Thomas Barker, the commander of the mounted militia. Jack had grown up in Bushaway. He had been captured while a boy by the British in a raid and brought there as a slave. James Moore Sr. had taken a liking to the young Indian and given him his freedom. You know, Wateree Jack was a superb woodsman and provided game for the master's table. He also went on business trips for his master. Actually, he was once wounded while on a horse-buying trip in North Carolina. Carried a musket ball in his leg for over a week before a doctor could remove it. Yeah, it must have been here. Here's a horseshoe. Barker's men came through here, I'm sure. I felt kind of like I'm being watched. The Indians had united. The Catawbas, the Etowans, the Waterees, and even the Cherokees had come down from the hills to join. They were waiting in ambush for Barker and his men. The trees lay uprooted on the ground due to a recent hurricane, and behind those dead trees lay the Indians, waiting for the white men. Let's see what this is. Looks like it might be an arrowhead. Yep, that's what it is. This must be where the battle took place. They say Wateree Jack fired the first shot, and Captain Barker fell dead from the saddle. 27 men were killed, and the rest retreated to Goose Creek. Wateree Jack sold out the British that day and went on to fight in many battles of the Yamasee War, but his body was never found on any battlefield. They say he haunts this place today, if you believe in that sort of thing.